Well, the writing's on the wall. I'd agree. The writing is 100% on the wall. And I was watching a movie the other night that I hadn't actually seen before that I should have seen a long time ago. It's called The Pianist. I'm not sure if you've seen it before. It was made by Roman Polanski, the famous
Familiar with it? I haven't seen
pedophile.
it, but yeah, go on.
Yeah. So this is he actually makes great movies. But yeah, this movie is about the Jews in Poland, and it's about how they were slowly put into camps. Now, this guy that the movie's about, it's based on a true story, was a pianist, and he was a very talented musician. He played on the radio, and I forgot the exact timeline. It was from the 30s to the 40s, the mid 30s, but basically it was the steps that the Nazis took to end up putting people into the camps. And it was about a 6-year timeline. And when I watched it, this is just after everything's been happening, it was very eerily close to what's going on now, because they were saying to people, okay, now you guys can't, what was one of the first things that they said? They said, you can't, you've got to live in the
Segregation,
separate area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The yellow
And then-
stars, right? Separate people. Oh, you're a
Then you got to
Jew.
wear an armband. Then that came out about a year later, which is like the mask. Then you got to wear an armband to wherever you go. And then it was now you can only be in these areas, like we have lockdowns in, not being able to leave. They could only stay in this ghetto, but they actually put walls up. And then it slowly got worse and worse and worse. And then
We're just
all these
putting you
were
into a
taken-
quarantine camp. Oh, it's not a concentration camp. First day. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Same kind of shit, right?
Well, it's scary, man. I was about to bring that up as well, what you were saying about the quarantine camps, because, you know, they're like, we need these done now. Like, first it's we need the vaccine. We've got it. No, we need these camps. See, they just keep pushing. It's like, oh, these camps are going to be built by December. Now you can say, okay, great. That's going to be used for when they start bringing in international travelers, which will be a huge amount to begin with. There'll be heaps of people coming from India, I've heard. There'll be a lot all over the world. And they will, I guess, if you want to look at them just like that, I'm sure they'll be useful for that. But we know that these leaks out of these hotels are bullshit, and that it's I mean, I think so, that it's easily controllable, and it's like, it's not going to make a difference. The point is, what are these things going to be used for in the future? Well, once again, the writing's on the wall. We've seen it happen in history. We're not more special now than we were back then. The only difference is humans have always going to stay the same as they were, and they always will be. Nothing's new under the sun, except now what's worse is you've got a lot worse technology to bring in permanent tyranny, or some unreversible tyranny that will probably lead to the explosion or the end of the world.
What is liberty?
What the? Who says you can't build muscle on a vegan diet?
What's it like being a hottie in the vegan community?
There are no political solutions, only technological ones.
The economics of the system don't allow multiple competing systems to survive.
Engineering, technology, these arts of humanity, they are magic.